Well, hello there. Welcome into Coaching Company. It is a Tuesday, November 4th. A lot of stuff is going on today. Now, we are live every single day here on Stadium, Amazon Prime, DirecTV, YouTube, and also social media. And we're so glad that you guys could join us. We just got the numbers yesterday for August and September from Stadium, and everything has absolutely skyrocketed as far as viewership is concerned. So if you're viewing us on Stadium, thank you. Anywhere else, thank you. Now, this is kind of a rant Tuesday instead of a rant Wednesday. Last night, by the way, I'm the coach if you're new to the show. Last night, I texted 3 of my buddies, and I said, are you as in a crazy universe as I am? They're going, crazier. Last night, the narrative, we do data, we do handicapping, we spend a lot of time. You had an Arizona Cardinals team, 5-game losing streak, a quarterback, 6 teams in 6 years. And they beat the Cowboys by double digits? Are you kidding? I said, you know what? I got my NBA play. I got my Blazers. We beat the number by $2. Minus 335 is what it went off at. No Luka, no Austin Reeves. And the Lakers beat the Blazers, a team that beat them by 10 a week ago with Austin Reeves in the lineup. I can't figure this out. But guess what? We show up every single day. We go through the peaks and the valleys, and we do it together. Now, we have a very busy schedule every single day coming out of BTT Studios. In addition to this show every single day, we've got the podcast. It supports the morning show. 20 or 30 minutes, 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time, not p.m., a.m. Eastern Time. Then at 2 o'clock, 2 to 4 Eastern Time, Off the Ropes with your boy on SiriusXM Channel 156, Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. And as always, you can catch Coachin' Bro from yesterday. Tommy sitting in with my man Vince Russo, who's out on the road with the Insane Clown Posse. And also, we've got premium pop-ups all over the place tonight. Mikey doing yeoman's work will be in our premium pop-up chair. Scan that QR code. It literally pays for itself in like 1 or 2 live bets. Plus, it's just a lot of fun. Then we want you to rep the merch. More on merch coming up. Scan the QR code. If you get something, take a picture, send it to us. We will throw it up on the show because we absolutely adore the fact that you will support us. All right, so I got all of that out. And if you've been in sports betting or just a sports fan, you go through these days. But guess what? In a little funny way, it's kind of fun to do, to see who can come out of it, who still has a positive attitude, who can still laugh and learn, educate, and entertain. So with all that being said, am I the only one that feels this way? I didn't think so. It's time to beat the books. All right, look who I've got today. What a motley crew this is. We have no time for intros. Peyton's here, Soupy's here, Raphael, my numbers guy, is here. But I got to deal with the man in the upper left-hand corner. Because on Monday, there is a positive that came out of one of those X's. We started something new, boys. I know Soupy and Peyton, you weren't here, but it's good for you to be here today. Because we're starting something new called the Coaches Challenge. Because I want to do something for all of you at home. If I disagree with a pick, I'm going to throw a flag or a whistle, whatever. And if I win, I give out a piece of merch. If one of my guys wins, then you win the bet. So, Mikey, I challenged you with your Ja Morant yesterday, 24 plus. It wasn't even a sweat for me. Quickly, your thoughts.
Ask the coach. He challenged it for a reason. That's all I got. Honestly, just ask the coach. He knew what he was doing. I believe too much in Ja.
It's all right. We're going to have more on Ja on one of the breaks. Now, here's what's going to happen. If you want to have your name be thrown into the pot, hashtag Ja into the chat if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Stadium, you got to go to our YouTube page if you want to be entered into a chance to have a brand new Kiss Up Mountain piece of merch. It's in the works right now. You could be the first one to ever get one at the end of the show. You got to be watching live, though, because we're going to throw up the email for about 20 seconds. You have to email us with your information, and we will send it to you. No strings attached. Is that fair, boys?
More than fair.
I don't want to get you guys. I don't want to get you guys pissed off because I disagree with the play, and I always win. And I have to give out a piece of merch. I don't want anybody hot. Everybody's clear on the rules.
All good.
All right, all good. Hashtag jaw. Look at all those people. It's hashtag JC1. It's hashtag jaw, not just jaw. Hashtag jaw. All right, boys. Obviously, yesterday, Raphael, I'm going to start with you. I don't even take that as our bad day. I blame the Cowboys because that was embarrassing last night. Embarrassing last night. Have you ever seen a team that awful that should have won by double digits?
I had to double check to see if the game was in Arizona because they just looked awful at home in front of that home crowd. Jerry's World is not home field advantage anymore, period.
No. And I knew we were in banana land when they showed the shot and Joe Buck started laughing and making fun of it. When Stephen A. Smith, who was right next to me when I was at ESPN, I did First Take over 40 times. And he was the #1 Cowboys hater. And he's in his box sitting next to Jerry. What are we doing? What are we doing? Peyton, you saw it, right?
Of course I saw it. I live in Jerry's World, Coach. I mean, God, that was absolutely embarrassing last night. And you know what, though? It wasn't the most embarrassing thing that happened last night. The Horned Frogs dropped the season opener to the New Orleans Pioneers. Yeah. So rough game.
Yeah. Wow.
Masterpiece.
Wow. I didn't even know New Orleans had a basketball team. There was one under hashtag it pays to watch live. Mikey, you hit the same Bonaventure play yesterday in a drive-by. Yeah.
Baby.
And Adrian Wojnarowski got thrown out of the game in game #1. Former ESPN insider. He's now the AD at St. Bonaventure. Got thrown out of the game because he was arguing with the refs. That's my guy. That's my guy. All right, gentlemen. Today, we're going to speed through these picks. And I have a feeling today's going to be a great bounce-back day. And I just have a question for somebody. Who wants all – oh, Soupy! Best beard in the game. Big boy. Best bets. Let's go.
I'm starting with Ohio State on the money line. It's a little juicy.
Whoa. I apologize. Take it down.
Okay.
I just got a video. And I hate to do it, but I think we need to play it for everybody. Because last night, I apologize, somebody cashed their very first ticket into the Legends Lounge. And Tommy Carlucci said, hey, Coach, could you play this for the people this morning? I haven't seen it either. Producer man, if you don't mind.
Whoa, Coach. Sorry to interrupt you, but living legend Bruno Sammartino, The Undertaker, legend, nuff said. And you know who else is in the Legends Lounge? Big Tommy C. So now I'm talking to the boys there. Mikey P, no more onesie. Raphael, no more logo shirts. And Marky Model, have you seen my DMs? You guys better watch out because Big Tommy C is in the Legend Lounge. And I am making moves. You know why? I made it, guys. I'm in the lounge.
Oh, that's a Raphael clap.
Oh, he's muted.
Tommy C's so good.
I got excited. I hit my own microphone. All right. Yeah, you got me excited. I was laughing so hard. All right. So obviously we only have about 4 minutes for all of our picks. So I need one nugget. Maybe it'll turn our fortunes around. One nugget on each play. It's going to be kind of a speed round. Soupy, start us off.
I'm going Ohio State on the money line. They have covered in 4 of the last 5 games in which they are the favorite. I think they will beat Miami tonight. Lightning Avalanche over 6.5. The Avalanche are giving up 30 shots on goal per game against a good Lightning's offense. And Andre Vasilevsky, .899 save percentage. I think that the Avs can get their goals too.
It's Ohio, not Ohio State, just so everybody doesn't go look for Ohio State. All right, Peyton, you're up. Go.
Yeah, I'm going with the Thunder to cover tonight. They didn't play last night. Meanwhile, the Clippers had a really close game last night. They're a very old team, and they got to play against a really quick Thunder team. I think the Thunder covered tonight. And also, I'm going with the over in 76ers Bulls. Both teams play with great pace. I think we're taking the over in this game.
Love it. 239.5. Mikey P, coming down to you.
Little synergy here with Soupy. Give me Ohio -2.5. They are undefeated at home, which is where this game will be played. And then give me the Orlando Magic taking on the Atlanta Hawks with no Trae Young -4.5.
Yeah, he's going to be out for several weeks. Raphael, my numbers guy, go.
Give me the Montreal Canadiens -105 on a three-way because the other line is -160. I don't want to lay that big number. And then give me the Bulls team total under 120.5. The last 4 meetings against the Knicks at their backyard, they're only averaging 98 points a game. I think the Bulls have a hard time scoring tonight.
Against the Sixers? You think they have a hard time scoring against the Sixers?
This number is now 241. It opened up at 238. You got to go to under sometimes when the number's moving that fast.
All right. Well, depending on where you are, we have it when we put it in at 239.5, not to confuse the people, Raphael. Okay. All right. I don't have any coaches challenge for those right now. Interesting. I'll think about it though. All right. We also have something. We also have something new here at the brand called the Dog of the Day. And we want you, if you're watching on YouTube, to participate as well. So we give my guys 3 options. We piggyback all the way around. We go Mikey, Soupy, Raphael, and Peyton. Here are our choices. If you had to, not an official play, of course. The Hawks against the Magic. You see the number. UMass, yes, they are in the MAC now. This is MACtion. This is November. This is what we've been waiting for. And then the Clippers going straight against who had the Thunder tonight? Peyton? You had the Thunder? Okay. Very interesting. All right. Dog of the day. Who would you go with if you had to? Mikey, start us off.
Well, Coach, in honor of the premium pop-up, in honor of chaos, in honor of welcome to MACtion, give me UMass to get their first win of the season. I didn't even know they had a football team. Let's go.
I am going with the Minutemen. It is time for the Minutemen. Akron's just 3-6 this year. They're not playing that well. I think it is time for UMass to get their first win of the year.
Give me the home dog Atlanta Hawks. I am not sold on Orlando. They have not looked like the team we all thought they were going to be in the beginning of the season. Give me the Hawks.
Why would I take a team that hasn't won yet? I'm not going to take the Minutemen. Give me the Hawks at home, man. I actually think they play a lot better without Trae Young on both sides of the floor. They move the ball a lot better, and they play better defense. I like the Hawks tonight.
I'm going to go with the Hawks, too, simply because, boys, I've got a little PTSD from UMass. Years ago, when I was trying to leave the WWE, I took any basketball game that I could get, any game. And I had a UMass game with the great Sean Farnham, who's been on ESPN for years now. He was also trying to morph from radio into TV. So we're at UMass. My future bride, or maybe my current bride at that time, was also in the car. We bought 3 Frosties. Wendy's, literally a mile away from the arena. It's the middle, it's snowstorm, the whole deal. I hit the gas. He wasn't prepared. 3 full Frosties all over my car, and it took about $150 to get it cleaned out. That's all I remember from it. So I will not take UMass. I will not take the Clippers. So I'm with the. Why are you shaking your head at me, Mikey?
You got Frosties in the winter in the middle of a snowstorm?
You've never lived in New England, have you?
Thank you, Soupy. No, clearly he has not. It doesn't matter the time of year. Frosties are a staple. They're an American icon. I do like vanilla better than chocolate. I know that's a hot take.
Where's my red flag? Where's my coach's challenge?
Challenge. Oh, my God. All right, boys, great job. Maybe we'll do, a Fast and Furious picks every day. That was kind of fun. All right, still to come here on the show. You know what time it is. It's time to sound off. Can't wait. 3 full minutes of the best sound from the weekend. Also, my guys, the fantasy look ahead. Tuesdays, it's all about the NFL. Then coming up in about, 20 minutes from right now, we look ahead to 4 of the biggest games on tap. And then every single day now, coming up in 30 minutes, is the NBA Showcase. National games, national TV, every day of the week. Thank you, NBA. We appreciate it. We're just getting started, having a great time. It's a vibe. Coaching Company, Stadium, and Bally Sports Live. Come on back. All right, I mentioned it was Banana Land yesterday. Apparently, Stephen A. Smith and Jerry Jones are best friends. And he told Stephen A. Smith, boys, that he has made a trade and he can talk about it as soon as the paperwork goes through. I threw a red flag on that on Monday Night Grind, but apparently he wasn't lying. Mikey, let me start with you. Logan Wilson will now be going from Cincinnati to Dallas, but will it really even make a difference?
I think it will, because Logan, they only gave up a 7th-round pick for a veteran leader, which is what that defense needs besides a lot more. I think Jack Sanborn was just placed on injured reserve for the Cowboys, so they needed linebacker help. Logan Wilson will provide that.
Soupy, they need defensive back help. My God.
They need every kind of defensive help. This team is dead last in scoring, total yards allowed, everything. He is. He's a great veteran player, but I don't think one guy is going to make this defense any better than it is.
Raphael, is this a big deal? A line mover at all?
No, I'm hearing this morning that they could be more sellers than buyers, and that just proves what they picked up yesterday or this morning.
Wow, the Cowboys could be sellers? Interesting. What are you hearing there local on the news, young Peyton?
If they're going to be sellers, and I'm not going to buy any tickets towards the end of the year, I definitely was going to go to a cheap game, but that's not going to happen. But I guess it's what they gave up for this guy. They didn't give up much. A 7th-round pick. You got a veteran linebacker. Good move. But no, they need – front line was, oh my God, atrocious last night. Just like gave them 10 yards every time they handed the ball off. It was insane to see.
I've never seen more third downs converted in my life. And then on the I would love for Dak Prescott just once, show me that something pisses you off. Show me that it bothers you. Because every time they cut to him, it's like, no. And he goes,
he was smiling.
Oh, yeah, I make $60 million a year. This doesn't matter to me. That's what I felt like when I look at him. It's like nothing bothers him. At least CeeDee Lamb shows me something. My God, George Pickens, by the way, quit being an idiot. You're down 10 and you're handing the ball talking trash to the defender. Stupid. I'm still a little angry. More on the Cardinals coming up in the second break. We're back live on Stadium in just 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I am the coach this Tuesday on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. And I'm telling you what, we can find a silver lining in anything. And one of the things I love about the weekend is people, players, coaches that care or amuse me. So, you know what time it is. Every single Tuesday, we like to sit back and enjoy a little something we like to call Sound Off.
He's got his short shorts on. I guess that's no longer frowned upon in the sport.
Yeah, I guess not. It is with me, but
those are the shortest I've ever seen on a football field.
Should be,
right?
Phil, that should be a penalty. Just dressing like that should be a penalty.
What went wrong for you today?
Go ask the coaching staff.
Do you feel like, there was anything you could do differently, I guess?
You go ask them. They had a whole spiel in here, so.
From the outside, and the outside may be wrong, but from the outside, it didn't look like you had your usual energy tonight.
Go ask the coaching staff why.
Okay. You feel like you should play more?
Go ask the coaching staff. Should I play more or not?
What could have been done different to get a different outcome other than asking the coaching staff?
According to them, probably don't play me, honestly. That's what basically the message was after, so it's cool.
The coaching staff message was it?
It's cool, man. We good?
You didn't have anything physically wrong in terms of illness or anything?
Oh, no,
you were
I'm fine.
Like, we put the ball in the end zone and go up a point at the end, finish the game. Like, just end it. Like, that's it. Like, that's what we need to do. Just end the game. Like,
referring to personnel there, or are you referring to coaching? You know,
Evan, if you were paying attention, I'm referring to players that aren't on the field that need to be. All right. Coaching is outstanding. All right. We'll get that cleaned up. My point is, if there's 10 in the field and there's supposed to be 11, all right, then that player that's supposed to be out there, I'll find someone else to do his job. Is that crystal clear?
Yep. My name's Luca. Also.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Before you run, is Tyler Hero over there slobbering on the bench, salivating, waiting to be a part of this offensive run?
Oh, boy, I don't know where you was going with that one.
We're
What's up, everybody? Falcons press conference with Raheem Morris. Going to start here probably in a little more than 15 minutes, and I am the only person here today. All the big media guys are traveling back from New England, so looks like it's me and Ra for like 20 straight minutes. Should be a good time. Lots of questions to ask. You guys can listen live on 99 The Game, I think, is where we're having it, and if not, you'll catch it later on. But me and Raheem hanging out on a Monday. Stay tuned.
Hey, Trophy, what games did we win?
I've got a couple of takeaways from that. Well done, Mikey. Well, Sino! Oh my God. Thank you, Sino.
That is the most smiling Zeno has ever done on this show.
Right. Two things about him in that room. A, I'm glad he's repping the Coach and Bro show. That was very nice of him to support a show he's never watched. He's sitting there with all of his closest friends. We saw that. That was hilarious, by the way. The dude was Sean Payton. You know I'm the number one Sean Payton hater in the world. My name's, did you say Luca? My name's Luca.
Yeah.
He goes, Evan.
Oh my God, that was glorious. That's the best one we've ever had. If you missed any of that, why would you? You're right here. We're definitely going to post that on social media. That was fantastic. Now, this is the time of the week where we start to look ahead, beat the numbers, help you set your lineup just a little bit. We got one of the best in the business that works over at Prize Picks every single day in Soupy. So we're going to piggyback. As always, we got 2 rounds to tell the good people who they should play or perhaps who they should not play. Young Peyton, start us off. Where are we going?
All right, well, first we are headed to Jordan Addison, and I'm going to tell fantasy managers to bench him because with JJ, this is a different Vikings offense, not nearly as pass heavy. That being said, Justin Jefferson will get his because he's Justin Jefferson and he can get open whenever he wants. But just 2 catches on 4 targets this week for Jordan Addison. Put up 7 fantasy points. And now with JJ McCarthy running the show, a quarterback who relies a lot more on his legs rather than his arm, a Vikings number 2 receiver should not be in your lineup right now. Fantasy managers, I'm telling you to bench Jordan Addison.
If you had Kyle Monangai stashed on your bench over the last few weeks, you got your payoff last week, 198 scrimmage yards against the Bengals. But after this week against the Giants, I think it's another great game for him. But after that, it gets very difficult. The Bears have the 3rd toughest schedule for fantasy running backs. And if Swift comes back, I don't think Monangai controls that backfield. I think it's going to be more of a split backfield. So after this game against the Giants, I think you need to look to trade away Monangai.
And with Travis Hunter on the injured reserve for the Jacksonville Jaguars, let me introduce you all to Parker Washington, the new number 1 who had 8 receptions and 90 yards in their win against the Raiders. I like him for his reception props moving forward. I like him for his receiving yards moving forward. Parker Washington, a guy to know in Duval.
All right. And by the way, Chicago plays the Giants at home, if that matters to any of you fantasy players out there. What happened to Travis Hunter, Mikey, over there in Jacksonville?
It was like a practice injury, and then they weren't sure, and then all of a sudden the next day he was placed on IR.
It seems so long ago, doesn't it, that he said to the people at the NFL draft, I'm playing every down. Offense, defense, they got to drag me out. Maybe special teams. Ooh, this is the NFL, big boy, or small boy. This is the NFL. All right, round number 2. Peyton, are we playing or sitting on this one?
Yeah, we are definitely continuing to play Rico Dowdle. Just 68% of leagues this week started Rico Dowdle. And what did he do? Well, he had about 28 more fantasy points for him. 25 carries, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. And this isn't against some crummy run defense. This was against a top 5 run defense in the NFL against the Green Bay Packers. And, oh, yeah, this game was in Green Bay. Just when you think he might split carries as Hubbard returns and gets more healthy, he gets the ball 25 times. Hubbard only had 5 carries for 17 yards. Rico Dowdle just continues to impress, continues to boom, and there's no excuse to bench this guy for the remainder of the season after what he just did on one of the best run defenses in football.
If you guys want to come sit next to me, I am in the prime seat of the JJ McCarthy train. He is back. A great first game coming off injury, 2 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. That connection with Justin Jefferson looks great. I think he's going to be a top 10 quarterback going forward because for his schedule, this is what you have to look at when the playoffs start to come. Strength of schedule. He has the second easiest playoff schedule for fantasy quarterbacks. And he looked great last week. And I think that continues going forward for the Vikings.
Well, I'm also on a hype train, and it's Bears tight end Colston Loveland, the rookie first-round pick. Cole Kmet goes out. What does Loveland do? Oh, just a 58-yard game-winning touchdown, 6 receptions over 100-plus yards. Colston Loveland with Tucker Kraft out. If you're looking for a guy to replace Tucker Kraft, Colston Loveland is the guy at the tight end position.
Do we know how many percentage or kind of approximate that teams have Colston Loveland? Because I would think not a bunch.
I don't know an exact number, but I'm guessing it's under 40.
What's it like over there at Prize Picks with Loveland, Soupy?
People were big on him at first because they thought he was going to really be that tight end that would take over. But it didn't start off well. I think the hype train is going to start after this game. So we'll see what happens.
We saw in sound off when talking about Cincinnati, who played against Loveland. He scored that touchdown. That was the reason for that piece of sound because he bounced off a couple of guys. Peyton, what would you do if you were in the Cincinnati locker room and you heard one of your running backs say, "Finish it, damn it, finish it," and 89 points have been scored and the defense is gassed? Do you walk across the locker room and pop him in the eye?
Yeah, probably. Well, I can't pop him in the eye, Coach. That wouldn't go well for me. But yeah, no. If he's sitting there and saying finish it, but like, come on, dude. Really, it's a football game. You know, the game is 15-minute quarters. You know, we play every minute of every game. It was a shootout. And it was honestly whoever had the ball last wins that game. And we all knew how that game was going to end.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns in the last minute 45. Subi, let me come back over to you because when you talk about quarterbacks, and I ask these questions because I'm not a fantasy guy, so it's a fan asking experts. So when I look at Dak Prescott, only one game this year over 300 yards, and there's this narrative that the Cowboys offense is fantastic. Last night they had a lot of turnovers, but do teams still play Dak a lot?
For your fantasy lineups, yeah, just because of just kind of the history. He's got multiple years of 4,000 passing yards, and actually over his last, I believe, came into this 4 straight games with at least 2 passing touchdowns. That's an important part too. If you could get 200 yards but 2 passing touchdowns, that's still about a low QB2 finish.
Wow. So touchdowns are more important than the yards?
Yeah, because touchdowns 4 points each compared to yards is about 10 points to 25 yards.
Okay, wow. Mikey, when you talk about the Cardinals and last night, Kyler Murray, and we're going to get into it our second break on YouTube, they're still high on Kyler Murray, but I'm watching a quarterback that I don't know if I'd play him in fantasy, but he looks in control in Jacoby Brissett.
It's not about Jacoby Brissett for me. It's about who he's throwing to. Trey McBride, who went all of last season not scoring a touchdown until the end of the year. I believe he has 3 in 4 games with Brissett. Marvin Harrison looks like a true number 1. Forget the quarterback play. Look at your skill players, and I think Brissett's getting the most out of them.
All I need to do, and last night it was crazy to me because Harrison had 4 or 5 catches in the first quarter, and then they put up the graphic. He's 1 catch away from his career high. After 15 minutes, Peyton, I got about 30 seconds for you. If they don't just do that every single week, I don't know what they're doing.
It was kind of weird when that graphic came up because you're thinking, wait a minute, this is really his career high, and it happened so quick. But, I mean, it was way too early in the game for that to be highlighted. But that's what happens when you're playing against the Cowboys, I guess. And their defense is just atrocious, especially in the secondary.
If I'm Bland, it is Bland, right? That's his last name, Bland?
Yeah, Bland defense.
Yeah, I have a cough today. I'm not coming in to watch that tape because I realize how slow I am. I can't guard anybody, and I may be out of the league next year. That was embarrassing. The word pad just kept resounding in my head last night. Coming up on the other side, it is never too early to look forward to Week 10. Can you believe it? Week 10 in the NFL. We'll do that on the other side. Having a great time halfway through Coach and Company on Stadium Valley Sports Live. All right, don't forget, those of you watching on YouTube right now, if you want to be a part of the Coaches Challenge merch giveaway, #JA, and that will get you automatically into, I don't know how Producer Man does it, don't ask me, but #JA will get you entered. We'll do that at the end of the show. Now, Jonathan Gannon, the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, Peyton, he came out last night after a great performance by Jacoby Brissett. He goes, whoa, hold the phone. Nothing's changed. Kyler Murray is still QB1. He makes over $200 million on this current contract. To me, that's the only reason he's saying this. At what point do we stop believing in Kyler Murray and say, guess what? We've got a pretty good squad with this dude as our quarterback.
Yeah, how about after last night? Is that good enough for you, Coach? You just went on the road, beat the Cowboys. I mean, what's he talking about? Okay, I know you said you beat the Cowboys like it's a Super Bowl team, but still, like you go on the road and you beat a team on Monday night. I don't care what's up with Kyler Murray, but Jacoby Brissett just led your team to a win on the road. But 2 games before that, possibly the 2 best teams in football. They only lost by 4 points. I think he's been playing great, and he's been putting up great performances in all 3 games he's played.
I do think last night was a big win. It's an incredible atmosphere to have to play in that gigantic stadium with everything else that's going on. And Soupy, to me, Brissett, at some point, he's got to start getting pissed that he's getting no respect.
I mean, I looked. He's played 6 different teams in the last 6 years. He's become that journeyman. After he started as the starter for the Patriots, then for a little while he was the starter for the Colts for a couple of years. He keeps showing. He's one of those guys that just you see he comes in that backup role and he does well, but he moves on to the next team and he gets that role over again. At some point, some team needs to give him a chance to be the starter.
And it should be the Cardinals, Mikey. I got 20 seconds for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you don't win games, he puts you in a better position to draft a quarterback replacement for Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, he's got his money. Jonathan Gannon, don't cost yourself your job.
I wonder if Kyler Murray could look less interested on the sidelines than he was last night. Most guys have the thing in their ear. They're all into it. They're helping him with the thing. Not Kyler. He had hands in his, his hoodie and tone deaf is the 2 words I think of. We're back live on Stadium, Bally Sports Live. 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. Coach and Company, halfway home. If you're watching in the East, it is 10:32 a.m. Eastern Time. Out West, 7:32 a.m. Eastern Time. Just getting out of bed. Thanks for hanging out with us here on Stadium, Bally Sports Live. Or if you want to be a part of the conversation, you can watch on our YouTube channel, and the chat queen, Kimberly, will take care of you. And we have questions. We have our guys in the chat, so it's always a lot of fun there as well. If you're just joining us, we are doing a brand new thing called the Coaches Challenge Giveaway. #JA in our chat. You'll be entered to get a brand new Kiss Up Mountain piece of merch sent directly to you. And by the way, Big Cheesy in the chat says, what's Kiss Up Mountain? I'm going to pretend you didn't ask me that. Now, Raphael, I need to see your face because this is the time of week we start looking forward to week 10 in the NFL. But the trade deadline is today. Does that affect anything from a betting perspective?
No, people think it does, but there's not one person I think that gets traded today that's going to move a number. The Giants are not going to move guard Evan Moore, and then a whole bunch of Bears money is going to come in to move it. There's maybe a small handful of trades that might move it at half a point, but don't overlook things just because today is the trade deadline. And people keep on asking me, the Lions-Washington game, what if Daniels didn't get hurt? What would that number have been? Detroit would have been -3. What's the number right now? 8.5 or a 9. So that just tells you what certain quarterbacks can do to a betting number and what certain quarterbacks can't do in a betting number.
I would encourage you to listen to my guy. The reason we do this show at 10 a.m. Eastern Time is for days like yesterday. Real quick, we had the Blazers -3, -145 yesterday, and it closed at -9 because no Austin Reeves and no Luka. What advice would you give to bettors on a day like that when that happens?
In the NBA, anytime after 3 o'clock is when you get the bomb, like someone's not playing. They may be a morning shoot around, but doesn't mean they're going to dress for the game. So I would say really look at 3 to 4 o'clock in the NBA if you're looking for a play that's not playing or is playing.
All right, very, very good. Raphael will go into the chat. It's time to start our look ahead and kick it off. The way I just looked it up, and Colston Loveland is rostered on about 23%, guys.
Well, we lost coach. All right, Colston Loveland. I think what he meant to say was he's rostered on 23% of the. Oh, there he is.
Oh my God. I literally went into an abyss. Like everybody disappeared. I saw a graphic. I was like, where is everybody? All right. Are we good? Are we good?
We all good.
Okay. My goodness. I'm telling you, everything's weird right now. Very weird. Halloween's like 4 days ago. All right. Game number 1. We're going to start with the Eagles and the Packers. And this is a really big one. And Peyton, I don't quite understand the number because the Packers lose what I consider to be their best offensive player in Tucker Kraft. The Eagles are the defending champions playing pretty good football, but yet they're the underdog. Make this make sense.
I can't make it make sense. Sorry, coach. I mean, what Packers team are we going to get? I mean, better yet, what Jordan Love are we going to get? A Monday Night Football game this is, and the Eagles are favored to lose. I mean, just take the Eagles on the money line. They show up against good teams. They've won their last 7 games against teams with winning records. You mentioned no Tucker Kraft. It's going to be hard for Jordan Love and even tougher than it was last week. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, it really feels that way. This feels, and I say this with a caveat because we know all the craziness, Soupy, that's gone on in the NFL, but this seems too easy with this number. Am I wrong?
It does. It's so weird. I feel like the wrong team is favored right now. I think the Packers will be better? They'll get better, but right now without Tucker Kraft, it's going to take a game to adjust. And the Packers rushing defense, they've allowed 5 yards per carry in their last 2 games. And on the other side is this guy named Saquon Barkley, who is pretty good. I think he's going to control this game a lot. And I'm taking the Eagles on the money line.
Yeah, it feels like the Eagles have figured it out. We win when we give him the rock. Now, I don't know how his groin is feeling, but I'm assuming after a bye week, he got a lot of treatment and he should be good to go because I haven't heard anything coming out of Philadelphia on Saquon Barkley at all. Mikey, I do want your take on this one because it feels like there's something I'm missing, like Jalen Hurts is going to be out or something because the Panthers just went to Green Bay. They just went to Lambeau and they won on the field as like 8-point dogs. I just don't understand this.
There has to be a little bit of love for Jordan Love's performances in primetime, and that's it. The Eagles have made 3 trades already. We're talking about the trade deadline today. I expect them to continue to make trades. They're shoring up their defense. They're going to look a lot different come Monday night in this one.
All right, just so just so you guys are watching the graphics wrong, it's Monday Night Football this week is the Eagles and the Packers. I'm sure this number will move a lot between now and next Monday. All right, game number 2, and this is an interesting one because when you have the Ravens who came out and it was almost like a scrimmage against the Miami Dolphins, 28-6. Stop wasting my time on a Thursday night, please. Stop wasting my time. And then you've got the Vikings who shocked the world, Peyton, and went to Detroit and beat the Lions by 3 in Detroit. So I don't know which Viking team is for real, but that was a big-time win. The Ravens still 2 games back of the Steelers, and right now the Ravens on the road, favored by 4. Another one. Make it make sense.
Yeah, JJ McCarthy freaks me out from a betting perspective, too. I mean, stay away whenever he plays because one game he's playing like Sam Howell and the next he looks like a 5-time Pro Bowler. So I would stay away from his props. But my Ravens, a team that has no more room for error whatsoever, they got pretty much everyone back and looks great last week. I know it was against the Dolphins, but they looked great last week. So just lay the $2 and parlay it with the over because we're going to see a lot of points in this game.
An SGP, that seems like a really smart way to go. Or, Soupy, the Vikings, and I said this 2 weeks ago, and I regretted it the minute I said it, but I'm going to say it again. It looks like there's no universe where the Ravens could beat the Vikings by 10. Would this be a teaser spot? Although you never want to have it on an even number. You want to have it on a half number, but you get my point.
Yeah, I don't. This is another game where I don't believe the spread. I think the Vikings are better right now. I love the way they played last week against Detroit. They look better with JJ McCarthy, and they still have that defense. They are giving the most pressure. And for a Lamar Jackson who may not still be 100% with that hamstring, if you get him to scramble, I think they have a great chance to win just based on that defense. I think it'll be a lower scoring game, but I do think the Vikings will come out with a win.
I think Detroit is a better team than Baltimore. I really, really do, Mikey. And the Vikings won in Detroit last week. They have this game at home. All the horns are blaring. Afternoon game. I mean, what's not to like about the Vikings in this spot?
Lamar Jackson is healthy. It's as simple as that. And with Lamar in the lineup, Derrick Henry played a lot better. So I think whether it's 100% or 95%, I'm taking the Ravens and Lamar Jackson all day on this one.
Now, when you talk about the Ravens, they're going to be keeping one eye on this next game. The Steelers, who went out last week and they said, wait a second, you want to bet on the Ravens to win this division? We've got a 2-game lead, and we just beat the team with the best record in all of football. And they did it with a bullet. And right now, they're 3-point underdogs against the Chargers, who find themselves, Peyton, 1 game back of the Broncos in the AFC West at 6-3. There is no margin for error for either team. Your take?
Yeah, I like the Steelers here. I mean, the Chargers have failed to cover 5 of their last 6 games. If I'm given 3 points, I'm going to take the Steelers. I think we see a close game, definitely low scoring in my opinion. I'll take the under and the Steelers to cover this game.
Do you like that play, Soupy? Do you agree with young Peyton?
I think the Steelers are going to come out and strip win this game. They looked a lot better against one of the better AFC teams in the league. And the Colts, they forced 6 turnovers, and now the Chargers won't have their left and their right tackle against that defensive line. I think there's a good shot that they can pressure Justin Herbert and come out with a win.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what this line is on Friday when we do our weekend look ahead. I like doing Tuesdays, Fridays because it's so important. Half a point, a single point is so important. Now, our last game, and this is a team, not teams anymore, team that we are sleeping on. They are the first place team in the AFC East. They are the team with a 6-game winning streak. They are a team with the next franchise quarterback in Drake May, and I'm talking about the New England Patriots. They are dogs at Tampa, and I understand they struggled to beat the Falcons last week late, but young Peyton, there is no questioning that this team is going in the right direction. They also see the Bills right in their rear view. They've got 1 game left against them at home. I love the Pats in this spot because the Bucs have a ton of injuries. Do you agree with that?
I do agree. Hard to bet against Drake May right now. My MVP so far through 9 weeks. This is a great spot to go ahead and grab the Pats, who are so hot right now. And you can grab them at +2.5. I mean, they've covered the spread their last 5 road games. Baker's so good to start the year, but he's now without his go-to guy, Mike Evans. I like the Pats.
Without Mike Evans, that takes away not only a gigantic weapon, but it shifts how the defense can play. They don't have to double team him anymore. And it seems like everybody catching balls, Soupy, is hurt right now for Tampa Bay.
They do, but they still got Baker Mayfield, and he has an extra week to prepare. Last week, with Michael Penix back in the lineup, he threw for 3 touchdowns against this Patriots secondary. On the road, I think it's going to be a lot tougher against a very good Bucs offense, even with controlling the run too. I'm taking Baker and the boys.
Wow. I'm feeling maybe a coach's challenge coming up on Friday, depending on what your best bets are. Mikey P, I'll give you the last word here. Do you agree with Peyton and me or Soupy?
Coach, I agree with the schedule makers. 2 of my biggest quarterback man crushes going up against one another. I am sitting this one out. Drake May, Baker Mayfield. I love this one. I think I do like the Patriots. They're rolling right now, and I don't know how you can underestimate them at this point in the year.
I got to tell you, from a head coaching perspective, too, this is a gigantic towards the pace side. When Mike Vrabel walks onto the field, I don't know how tall he is, but he looks like a grown-ass man. And I know he was also a linebacker in the league. And this dude runs the show. And then you've got Todd Bowles. I'm sure he's a very nice guy. But how does him and Raheem Morris continue to get opportunities as head coaches? They are coordinators. That's it. Mike Vrabel is a head coach. And I think we'll see that this weekend with decisions, the way it goes about it. I love Vrabel on the sideline. All right, gentlemen, good job on the look ahead. Coming up on the other side, we've got NBA Showcase every single day of the week. There are 2 nationally televised games. I love it. Gives us great content. This is Coach and Company Stadium Valley Sports Live. All right, we're going to pivot here on our content for this third break here on YouTube. By the way, if you have not hit the like button, please do that on your way in. Mikey P, I got to start with you because we're going to be doing some content tomorrow on the very first college football rankings, which come out tonight outside of Ohio State. Are you expecting anything crazy to go on?
Not too crazy. I'm just more intrigued which four are going to make up the back end of the top 12 rankings, because that's when this really gets fun. I know BYU will get a high ranking, but I expect them to lose this upcoming weekend. So I could see them falling out quickly.
Those are two things, Peyton, that I'm looking forward to is who are going to be the top 4 seeds, because this year it's different. It's seeding. It's not just the way they did it last year, which was stupid. And then also who's going to be that group of 5, Memphis, South Florida, those types of teams. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking for Texas to sneak back in again. I mean, they just had a big win this week. I think Texas hops in the playoff. And does BYU make it? I don't know. They're an 8 seed right now. They haven't lost a game, but I'm with Mikey P. I think they lose this week as well.
Isn't there an automatic, though? If they win the Big 12, they'll get in no matter what? Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Raphael, I know you're always looking at it from a numbers perspective.
Yeah, it's going to be weird to hear Memphis's name and BYU's name mentioned tonight, but keep an eye out for, can't believe we're going to say this, Notre Dame, when we all bashed them when they had some bad losses at the beginning of the season. They're right in the mix because everyone else has lost.
They had those 2 losses at the right time, Soupy, and they've been on this long run. I know you're always into this. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm wondering where the Big Ten teams like Ohio State, Indiana are going to be ranked compared to Alabama and Texas A&M. All those teams are undefeated. Is it going to be Ohio State, then Indiana, or is an SEC going to be wedged in between them? That's what I'm looking out for.
It's going to be fascinating because you bring up A&M. Nobody talks about Oregon. Oregon's the top 6 team in the country. There's going to be 3 Big Ten. How many SEC? How many Big 12? I think this is the most fascinating first week of rankings that we've ever had because of the new rules. They've got it right. They've got it right. We're back. 5 seconds. All right, you think when networks spend billions of dollars that they're going to give us something back for that. In the NBA, well, they certainly have done that. Now that Amazon Prime, NBC, ESPN are all in the mix and spending all of that money, they have made a schedule where every single night of the week, you've got a nationally televised game, which is great for us. So every single day at this time, we're going to focus on the 2 games that are on TV for everybody. And tonight, game number 1 is the Magic and the Hawks. Now, both these games, we have best bets on them, Peyton. But the Hawks come in with no Trae Young. Sometimes it's addition by subtraction, and he can score. But I feel like the Hawks, in some ways, are better without him.
I agree with you. The Hawks move the ball better without Trae Young. Even though Trae Young gets all those assists, I still think they move it better, and they play better defense without Trae Young. Shocker, right? But Orlando now with Desmond Bane, a fellow TCU Horned Frog, and this is just what the Magic needed last year. They needed one more scorer, and they got a pure scorer in Desmond Bane. So there's some pressure actually on Orlando this year to make a big push for the playoffs and actually be a contender. I got Orlando covering tonight.
I saw some hidden video of Desmond Bane when asked about the Ja Morant situation going, whew, glad I got out of that one. In my own video? I mean, I thought it was real. Maybe it was AI. I'm not sure. Mr. Soupy, it's very difficult in the first couple of weeks of the season, but I feel like these teams are already starting to have a personality, and the Magic are not as good as what people thought, but the books are lagging behind, and sometimes that could be an opportunity.
I thought this was going to be a great year for the Magic. I thought there was going to be this turnaround sort of year where they became one of those forces in the East. It hasn't started out that way. The offense is playing a little better, but the defense, I think, is lagging a little bit, which was their bread and butter last season. Like we're seeing with the Hawks without Trae Young are actually playing better. The Hawks beat them last time that they played the Magic, so I'm going to take the Hawks again. Getting the points, I'll take that.
Hawks, Timberwolves playing better without their stars. Anthony Edwards, get with it. Your team's pretty good. You can make them great, because I know Mikey P thinks they are going to be the team to make it to the NBA Finals. Who they play, that just is kind of up in the air at this point, huh, Mikey? Now, let's flip it over to game number 2. Thunder and the Clippers. Clippers last night, they scored 119, which is a lot for them. They played a slower pace. Miami scored 120. So now, less than 24 hours later, they got to play the defending champions. And Mikey, SGA is on this ridiculous run of 79 straight games with at least 20 points. Does that continue tonight?
It absolutely continues, because when you can create fouls off of literally every step you take, I mean, you're going to get your points. SGA is the best scorer in the league. Even though there are guys who may average more than him, no one puts the ball in the bucket like SGA.
Peyton, what about you? Are the Thunder as good this year as they were last year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the defending champs against the Clippers team that just played last night, as long as SGA is playing, which he is, I think it's going to be a blowout game tonight. A lot of people have said, well, the defending champs are going to get each team's best every night. Well, the Thunder is 7-0, so give me the Thunder in a blowout tonight.
Maybe everybody's best, Soupy, is just not good enough.
I think the Thunder are even better than they were last year. They're so well balanced. They're the team that can take an offensive opponent and play offense against them. And a defensive opponent, they can play their game. They adjust to their opponent, and that's how they win every single time. And I think with the rest advantage, I'll take this spread, no doubt.
All right, those are the two. I think that late game's 11 p.m. Eastern time start. Network TV. Welcome. All right. We've got best bets. We also have a giveaway we've got to get to. So it's time to lock it in. All right. 10 seconds or less. 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. I see 8 check marks. Make me believe, young Peyton. Make me believe.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking the defending champs to cover the 7.5 against an old Clippers team coming off a back-to-back. And give me the over in Chicago tonight against 2 teams that play with great pace. Sixers Bulls over 239.5.
Subi.
Ohio has won 4 of the last 5 games that they have been a money line favorite. They've got a great run offense against a below average Miami run defense. I think they come away with the wins. Lightning, Avalanche over 6.5. Both teams can score, but their goalies right now, they're a little subpar. So I think both offenses come away with a lot of scoring over 6.5.
Mikey P.
Give me the Orlando Magic on the road against the Atlanta Hawks with no Trae Young. They're starting to turn it around. I think the Magic cover here. And then Ohio. They have won 3 of the last 5 against Miami of Ohio. Give me them -2.5 tonight.
Love a little Maction, Raphael.
Give me the Montreal Canadiens versus Philadelphia today on a 3-way -105. They won 3 straight and 8 out of their last 10 games. They're red hot. And then give me the Bulls team total under 120.5. Yes, I said under. It's not a typo or I didn't misprint. It's just going to be an under game for the Bulls. I think they have trouble scoring tonight. They're only averaging 98 points a game versus the Sixers.
All right. Very, very good. Now, a couple of things we've got to do before we get the hell out of here. And never forget, in about 22 minutes, we've got a live podcast to support the morning show. But right now, Raphael, make me smarter.
College football synergy right here. The Miami Redhawks have lost 8 of their last 9 games as an underdog, and the Bobcats are 92 against the spread at home.
I like it. They've lost 8 of the last 9 games as a home, and they're playing Ohio, correct?
Correct. The Bobcats.
So that's a lot of synergy. By the way, I'm having issues in the chat because for some reason, producer man felt like wishing Big Cheesy good luck on one of his plays. That's something we don't do here at this brand. Ever. Now, we're trying something new here today. And without producer man, I don't know how we get this stuff done. But it's called the Coaches Challenge. And when I win, I give out a piece of merch. When one of my guys win, you win the bet. So it's a win-win. So many of you typed #jaw throughout the show. It automatically puts you into a new thing, and you can see your names that are now scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So in just a second, we're going to spin it or do whatever. And look at that. There's only a few of you. Very interesting. So it will stop on a name. And you will get, there it is. Kiss Up Mountain. The very first one goes to... Oh. I love it. But who's the winner? Is that Nate G?
Nate G.
Nate G. All right, Raphael, clap for Nate G. Let's see the email for 15 seconds. Email, and Nate G, you have to email us, and we will email you back, and we will get the brand new Kiss Up Mountain t-shirt sent out to you, but you got to email that right there. Otherwise, can't do it tomorrow. Got to do it today. Mikey P, how do you feel about getting your first piece of merch up on the store?
I cannot wait. Listen, no better time for Kiss Up Mountain to come alive than the holiday season.
And just because I'm in a giving mood, can you please explain to Big Cheesy what Kiss Up Mountain is?
All I have to say is, Big Cheesy, I've been here for this long for a reason. I know how to play my cards correctly. Kiss Up Mountain, you show your favorites, they're your favorites.
Thank you, Mikey. Petty Machete is coming. Well, what's the word that Big Tommy Raphael always says?
Fugazi.
On mute. On mute. Fugazi. That's coming too with Tommy's big old face on. I can't wait for that one. All right, gentlemen, well done today. It's all about the thumb, baby. It's all about the thumb. Producer man, you know what time it is. I need that one shot. It is now time for all of you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward. Be kind to one another. Laugh, learn, understand. We're only here for a little while, so we might as well enjoy each other. Bring all your friends to the party, and let's grow this thing every single day. Podcast coming up in 20 minutes, but right now there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire team, damn it, do I love them all. My man Peyton, Soupy, Raphael. Tonight, premium pop-up with Mikey P. And producer man, always behind the scenes. I am simply the coach. Trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you, so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day. This is Coaching Company live on Stadium and Valley Sports Live. We'll see you tomorrow.